All right, good morning. I've still got some time, so I'm back to my 2002 NFL tournament. This is game two in the AFC. The number 15 Houston Texans. They're an expansion team. They came into the league last year in 2001. This is their, I think it was 2001. Maybe this was their debut. This might be their debut season. I can't remember. Anyway, they are on the road against the Tennessee Titans. In this game, I'm going to use my, so I created this to give the game more data. This PDF can be grabbed from the PBS website, or you can get, I think I have a copy of this also on my Google Drive. So, first thing we're going to do is Houston's going to get the ball, so we're going to do the kickoff. Houston does not have a kick return, so we roll for the kickoff. 6. Kickoff is to the 2. And the return on the kickoff, 7, is going to bring it out to the 22. So they'd be out around the 25-yard line, right? And we go to work. Houston with the ball. 1, 2, and 3 is offense. 4, 5, and 6 is defense. Houston is going to be facing the defense of Tennessee. 6. The defense of Tennessee is a red zone. So Houston, where are they at in the red zone? 4. They're at the 7. So they get all the way down to the 7-yard line in the red zone. And here we go. Can Houston score? 7. 7 is touchdown pass. So I know that it is a Carr, but I'm going to put QB. 7-yard pass to the wide receiver. The extra point for these guys is automatic. And we've already seen the biggest upset I think we're going to possibly see as number 15 Bears defeated the Buccaneers yesterday. However, the Texans are already out here on top of Tennessee in Tennessee. Kickoff 5 to the 1, and the return is going to bring it out 11. It's going to bring it out to the 35-yard line, folks. All right, so Tennessee goes to work. They do not have a kick return, so we didn't need to roll that. And it's going to be offense for Tennessee. 6 is red zone. Here we go. This is what the Titans do best. 7, touchdown. Whoops, we got to go red zone. 4, red zone is 7-yard line, so they also score a 7-yard TD pass. QB, 7-yard pass to, again, I'll assume the receiver for now, and they do make their extra points. Folks, we're in a shootout, 10-10, or 7-7. Houston's return is goal line. They're going to down it, take it at the 20. So Houston will let that ball drift in, and he'll take a knee at the goal line. And Houston goes to work looking at their own offense. This is not good for Houston. 9 is a punt. So we're going to assume about a 10-yard, a 3rd and 9, maybe a 3rd and 8, and they're going to punt from here. 5, the punt goes 40 yards. 10, 20, 30, 40, and the return can be taken back to the house. So if I roll a 4, it's a touchdown. No, but let's see how far back he does take it. 3 on the punt return is 3 yards. So right there, folks. Nice. So Tennessee's got the ball at about their 35-yard line. And we go to work. All right, it's going to be defense. Houston's defense, 6, is red zone. So where are they at in the red zone? Tennessee drives down the field, folks. 6, they're going to be down to the 11-yard line. What do they do from the 11? 10. 10 is field goal. They're going to kick a field goal. And now I do roll. I don't have to roll. So 11 plus 17, 28-yard field goal. So field goal, 28 yards. Do Houston. Yep, Houston gets their extra drive. Kickoff is 11 at the 13. Man, they got good room here. What do they do with it? 7, they're going to bring it out 22 from the 13 out to the 35-yard line. So you could actually track yardage. When they drive down to the red zone, that tells you how far they've driven. So that would have given you their yardage. So you could actually be tallying their actual game yardage, their touchdown yardage, etc. All right, Houston goes to work on offense. 1, Houston's offense, 10, is going to be a punt. So we're going to assume they get, 5, 7, 10 yards. They're going to punt from here. 4, the punt goes 38 yards, so we're going to go 40. That's going to be 10, 20, 30, 40. The punt return cannot be returned. We already did their punt return. For Houston, they did not PR return chance. 5 on their punt return goes 7 yards. So there we are, right there. Does Tennessee get their extra drive? They do. And Tennessee goes to work. It's going to be their offense. 9 is a punt. Whoops. Houston punted, and Tennessee will punt to wrap up the quarter. Their punt, we're going to assume they get a few yards here. 8. Their punt goes 47 yards, folks. So it's going to be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, basically. And the return, 12, is going to be a punt return of 23 with a chance to go back for their touchdown. They don't have one. So 10, 23, unbelievable. And that's going to set up the second quarter. But, folks, it is 10, Texans 7, Titans 10. We got a ball game on our hands here. So what this does is it takes what I call a fast play game, and it turns it into a game in which I can even track stats. I can really enjoy the ebb and flow. The only thing I don't know is if they're running the ball or passing the ball down the field, and I don't know how many plays they would have, but I can assume the average NFL team gets about 62.5 plays a game, 63 plays a game. So I could just tally their offense and just divide it by 63 to know, what their average per play was. All right, Houston with the ball. It's going to be offense 5. It's going to have to punt. And again, we're going to assume the punt. They're going to drive a little distance here for first. 4 is a 38-yard punt. So we'll assume here 10, 20, 30, almost 40 yards. And the return of 2 is going to be 1 yard. So they're going to slide it up here 1 yard. Tennessee goes to work. Let me looking at the defense. 5 is punt. So Tennessee, we got a grind out here, folks. And they're going to punt. 9 is a punt of 51 yards. So let's see here. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. 1. About right there. And the punt return of 5 is 7 yards. Let's put it right there. All right, Houston goes to work. It's going to be defense 5. It's going to be picked off. So QB intercepted. Let's roll to see where it's picked off. It's going to be 10. It's going to be picked off. Line of scrimmage plus, so it's picked off 21 yards downfield. 10, 21. Interception return of 5, folks. If I roll a 5, it's a touchdown. No, close though, but they do return it back. 11. They return it back 27 yards. 10, 20, basically 30 yards downfield. Look where the Titans have the ball. And the crowd enjoying this. Snaps the ball. It's going to be defense 7 is red zone. Where are they in the red zone? So they drive it down 10. They drive it down to the 16-yard line. And 4 is a field goal, 16, so a 33-yard field goal. Houston will get their extra drive unless time expires. It does not, so Houston gets to go for their next drive. Kickoff is 12. Goal line, they'll down it, take it at the 20. All right, Houston, 4. It's going to be defense. 6 is red zone. Oh, wow. So let's go ahead and check the red zone. So Houston goes to work. Down to the 1. They're at the 1, folks. This could be a goal line stand or a missed kick. Let's find out. Houston down to the 1. 6 is a touchdown run. That makes complete sense. Running back, 1 yard run. PAT is good. The fans here can't believe it. Tennessee, do they get their extra drive? They might. Does time expire? It does not. 12 is goal line. They're going to down it. Tennessee's final drive of the half. And Tennessee's going to see offense 11 is turnover on downs, TOD. How far would their drive go? Let's see here. I don't think I have a TOD. Do I have TOD? DD. I can't remember. Oh, drive distance. Oh, there's my drive distance. So let's see how far they would have driven this. For them to go for it, they would have had to have gone. Yeah, let's just roll this out of curiosity. 11, 24 yards. So 10, 24. They must have had a 4th and inches for some bizarre reason. Went for it. End of half. Wow, folks. We've got an interception, but Tennessee got another field goal. Houston, though, got another touchdown. And, folks, the 15th seeded Houston Texans are up by 1 on the Tennessee Titans in the playoffs here. 14-13. Houston gets the ball to start. 3 is going to put the touchback. So they boom it through the end zone. Touchback. And Houston goes to work. 2. 7 is going to be punt. Whew, are they bad. So again, you could do drive distance and then punt, but I'm just going to assume, they're punting 3 and out. 35 yards, 10, 20, 30, and 5. And the return, 4 is going to be 5 yards. So they're going to return it up to here, and Tennessee takes over. Here we go. Tennessee's looking at defense. 5 is punt. And the punt is 11. 57 yards. So again here, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 into the end zone. They're going to down it, take it at the 20. All right, there we go. Houston takes control after a touchback. It's going to be offense 7, punt. Let's see their drive. Let's go ahead and use the drive chart. Oh, they lost 5 yards in their drive. They punt from 5 yards back. That's why you would do it, because you would account for their drives when they aren't. So you need the drive chart if you're tracking game stats. So -5, so they basically had a couple of runs or a sack for a lot. Of course, Carr was sacked many, many times. He was sacked like 101 times in 2002. 12. The punt goes 63, but they get a ginormous punt. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 63. And the punt return is 4. 4 is 5 yards. Wow. Tennessee takes over after causing a 5-yard loss. Defense, 5 is punt of their own. How far did their drive go before they punted? 8, they drove the ball 16 yards. 5, 10, 15, basically. They're going to punt from here. 3 is 37 yards, so 40. 10, 20, 30, 40. And the return of 1 is going to be a fair catch, so they pin him at the 20. Houston gets their drive. We already know that. And it's going to be defense 6. Red zone. You've got to be kidding me. Houston goes to work, running the ball, passing the ball. And they're going to get down to the 9-yard line. How does Houston score? 8 is missed field goal. They don't. They're going to miss a 27-yard missed field goal. Oh, that hurts. Tennessee, do they get their drive? They do. And Tennessee's going to take over the ball at the 20-yard line. It's going to be offense 7 is red zone, so they go to work with Eddie George and company too. He's going to drive down to the 3-yard line. They're down to the 3. Eddie George primed to score here. 6, touchdown pass. No, it's going to be McNair on a 3-yard pass, quarterback. 3-yard pass to the tight end. This would be that superstar tight end they had. I can't remember his name now. Wycheck? Can't remember, but he was a stud. And look at that, folks. Third quarter ends with Tennessee taking back the lead. They were down by 1 after half, 14-13. It is now 20-14. However, they've left the door open for Houston to still upset them if they're not careful. 5, kickoff is to the 1. They got to return it. And 1, 10. Oh my God, they get to the 11 as the Tennessee Titans special teams jacks up that return game. And they're playing defense. 6 is red zone. You got to be kidding me. They drive 90-something yards. No, they drive 80-something yards down to the 18-yard line before this red zone play happens. 5 is touchdown pass, folks. 18-yard QB, 18-yard pass to their wide receiver, PAT. And guess what? Houston is leading again. What a game this has been. Tennessee's kickoff is a touchback. They start at their own 20. Tennessee looking at that defense. Red zone. So Tennessee back on the march against a weak defense. 3, they're going to drive down to the 5. Eddie George would like to get his name in the record books here for this game. 8, field goal. No, it's going to be a 22-yard field goal. Field goal 22 for Tennessee. Houston holding on, but that gives Tennessee a 2-point lead too. It's going to be a touchback, so both teams now are playing tough. Man, Tennessee, this has not been an easy game. It's going to be offense 3 is red zone. Oh my God, Houston playing to win. 10 down to the 16-yard line. And 6 is a TD run. There it is. TD run, running back, 16-yard run, PAT. Folks, I'm going to have to do some math. I think. Wait, Houston's thrown 14. Oh, my God. The Texans have thrown for 14. Uh-oh, it's 23-28. Tennessee's down by 5. Folks, we may see another huge upset. Touchback. Oh, my God. The Tennessee Titans down by 5. Or 5, yeah. 20-28, down by... so we got 20, 23, and 28. Yeah, down by 5. Defense, 9 is punt. Oh, no. Tennessee's in deep trouble, folks. 7. They drive the ball 14, 5, 10, 15. They punt. So they have to settle for a punt after a 14-yard, and the punt goes 37, so 10, 20, 30, 40. The punt return of 9 is 13 yards, 10 right there. Oh, my gosh, man, they are in deep trouble. Houston gets their drive. Does time expire on Houston? It does, so lucky for Tennessee. Time expires on Houston. Houston will drive 7. They're going to drive 14 yards, 5, 10, 15, and they're going to punt as time will expire. They will ultimately, we do this to see if Tennessee gets the final drive of the game. 10, the punt would go through the end zone. They would have the ball to 20. So Tennessee will have the ball to 20. 2 through 9, they get their extra drive. They do. Does time expire? 2 through 7, that's the end of the game, and they're gonna be upset. 9. Oh my God, they get their final drive. Tennessee with a final drive of the game, folks. They need a see here, 23-20. They need a touchdown to win it. Holy cow! Tennessee Titans. McNair goes to work. The fans silent. They can't believe the Texans have come in here and scored 14 fourth-quarter points. It's going to be offense 6. Red zone. There it is. McNair gets it done. They drive down to the 7-yard line. Eddie George hoping to be the man to score the game-winning touchdown. 6 is a TD pass. McNair, touchdown pass of 7. To that tight end, Frank Wycheck, PAT. Game is over. Houston with a brilliant fourth quarter. But Tennessee scores 10, 28-30. Oh, my God. Let me see here. 10, 20. Yep, 30. Oh, my God. They dodged a bullet. What a brilliant game, folks. So that's how these advanced charts I made, you could actually track stats, at least team stats, but it gives you a heck of a lot more detail about the narrative of drive time football, which is one of the reasons this is my favorite tabletop football game, because now I can play a fast-playing game with as much depth and detail as I want. There it is, folks, without actually changing the game. So I'm just adding data to what's already played out in front of me, so I don't have to mess, with the game. I'm not changing how the game plays. I'm not changing anything about it. I'm just adding data. Look at this, folks. The Titans get a scare. Unbelievable. Folks, I'm telling you, we're going to see some huge upsets in this. Remember, I use the 12-drive teams, and I use the 12-drive rules, 12-team. And there we go. We get another brilliant game. Next up is the Jaguars at the Steelers and the Cardinals at the Packers. So the Bears shocked the world and upset the Bucks. We darn near had the Texans upset the Titans. That is so damn good. That's epic, man. And there you have it, folks. That's how the drive time football, simulation charts. I don't even know what I call these things, but you can find them on his Drive Time website, and you can find them on my Google Drive. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.